Great stuff. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining for another Qigong class where I've written this as the Phoenix class, and we will be doing the Phoenix, but to get started, we're going to have a look at the 18-step Qigong, the Shi Ba Shi Qigong. Shi Ba Shi literally translates as 18 steps. I know it sounds a bit strange, but the word for 10 and the word for step sounds very similar. So the 24 step is the the 24 step. So there's different it's a tonal language. So yeah, it can really boggle the brain when you listen to it in English, but when the tone is different, it's a different word. So the sound for 4 is S, the sound for 10 is S, and the sound for step is S, or sure. So it's very, very similar, but it makes sense in that language. So let's take right hand in fist, please, left hand straight, pull back the thumb, feet together, hands together, and we press forwards. Thank you for joining me after that word salad. Let's begin with a little bit of Wuji. So we're beginning with relaxation. We're going to float up through the very top of the head. Feel a lightness at the crown of the head. The chin slightly down and back. And we're going to take a few moments to breathe and release down through the body. Think of a waterfall or a gentle flow. We sometimes talk about a dollop of honey placed on top of the head and slowly, gently rolling down over the front, back, and sides. As you breathe, release your way down. All the way down over the body, all the way down over the arms, all the way down the legs, into the feet, into the floor, calming down. Listening behind. Very good. Let's release the belly, the hips, the knees. Taking your weight into your right foot, stepping open to your left and transfer the weight. Very good. So as you see, I'm mirroring. We're going to begin the Shi Ba Shi step by lengthening down through to the fingertips, keeping the center of the palms nice and soft. We're going to float up, breathing in, and releasing, relaxing down, breathing out. Good. So this is like a wave machine, and we call it raising the water. Good. I'm going to show you it from the corner. So from the center, the energy floats up the back, over the shoulders, along the arms to the fingertips. As we breathe out, it releases and returns to center. Notice the height of the arms. We go to shoulder height, no higher. And we go to about hip height, no lower. Good, let's move on to movement 2, floating up And we open the heart, expand. And release. Coming in and relaxing down. And again, we float up. Gently stretching the chi between the hands and gently opening the chest. Release. Let your breath flow. Float. Gently stretch and gather. Last time. Good. Our next exercise, number 3, is dancing with rainbows. We're going to float all the way up this time and bow into one hip, opening the opposite palm. Look into the center of the palm and breathing in as we float up. Breathing out as we bow to the opposite side. Look into the palm. Gently stretching through the center line as we come up. In breath on the way up. Out breath as we bow. So this is dancing with rainbows, also known as drawing a rainbow aura around the crown. Can you picture a rainbow between your two hands? One more time to each side. Gently lengthening into the bow side. Good. And relax down. Next we have painting with clouds. We're going to scoop and gather. We're going to lift up, turning at the heart. Lift and open the chest. Paint the clouds. Good. And again, we scoop. Breathe. Lift and open the chest. soften and melt. And relax into the stretch. One more time. Good. Into repulse monkeys. We float the arms up and turn to the left. Into the ear, nose, and press forwards. To the corner, ear, nose, press forwards. Both palms turn to face up as you turn to the corner. Ear, nose, press forwards. Keep the hips and the knees pointing forwards. Ear, nose, press forwards. Good, I'm going to come a little closer in case you need any details. As you turn the body, the palms turn to face up. Good. Good. Once more on each side, please. Left and right. Very good. Relaxing into rowing the boat. We float up, forwards, and relax down through the center line. Again, we're opening the chest as we bring the arms back, up, over, and relax down. I'm going to show you this from the corner. Good. Another microcosmic orbit move, just helping the energy to flow around the body. Always we feel a little resistance in the air. Open the chest and relax down. Good. We're moving on. That was number 6. We're moving on to casting all your cares to the divine. So we're going to scoop across the kidney line and lift, lifting the heel. The other hand is just open. I'm slightly exaggerating the turn so that you can see my arm here. So the palm just stays in that low position, palm facing down as you scoop. Good, so you're skimming across the kidney line and lift. And skim and lift. Feel a stretch to the fingertips and to the toes. Let your breath flow naturally. Think of sending all your cares up to a higher power, letting go, releasing. Good. I'm just going to show you this on the side view, so you get an idea what that backhand is doing. Very nice. And let's come back to center for gazing at the moon. So this is a continuation of the last move, but this time we turn further and turn the palms to face up at the end, both palms facing up. Now what you can do as you start this, turn to the back corner. You can lift the opposite heel. So if you're turning left, lift your right heel. Keep breathing. Again, we want the rotation mostly to be in the waist. So we skim, turn the palms up. And as you progress, you can see if you can work from the corner as you turn towards the back and get it further and further back. So we are aiming to go towards the back wall, but just go as far as the body can comfortably move. Palms facing up, look back over your hands, looking back at the moon. Nice twist. Good, I'm going to show you from the side view. Very nice. Let's come back to center. And our next exercise is called pushing palms. So we're going to float the palms up. And this time we're turning one palm and turning to the corner and feeding forwards. So you're pushing or feeding into the front hand. And as you do, I want you to think of filling your back. We go all the way forwards. We turn the thumb edge in. We release. We turn the little finger edge to scoop under and bring the hand back to center. I'm going to come forwards again just so that you can see in better detail to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out as we feed the palms to the corner. Look to the corner, turning the thumb edge in, winding up, release, little finger edge scoops under and bring the hand back in. Very good. Now this is a liver exercise. So we can add a widening of the eyes. We call it the fierce gaze. The thumb edge comes in, release, little finger edge scoops under, and release, relax the gaze as we come back. And again, breathe, fill the back as we fill the hands forwards. Thumb in, release, little finger edge, scoops under and bring it back. Breathing in. And breathing out, fill your back. So what I don't want to see is this kind of leaning forwards. We want to feel the small of the back is filling. You can notice it's not like obvious. I'm not doing this big scoopy doop thing back, but you are filling, feeling back. Turn in, scoop, come under and back. Breathing in, breathing out. Feed to the corner, widen the eyes. Thumb edge in, little finger edge scoops, and return to center. Relax your gaze. Breathing in, breathing out. Wide eyes. Thumb in, little finger edge scoops and recover. And widening the eyes, thumb in and back. One more time each side. Fill your hand, fill your waist. All movement comes from center. Good, and bring the arms back. Very good. Okay, so that was movement number 9. So now we have cloud hands. We release, we relax the arms down. We bring the hands to our hug position and open the top hand. Like a pulley system, one lowers, the other rises, and turn. As you pass the center line, begin to open top hand and repeat. Relax belly, hips, and knees. Turning in the center, open, change. Turn. As you pass the center line, begin to open, change. Turn. Open, change. Good. Again, I'm going to come a wee bit closer. You can see this is very much Yang style, like the 24 form. So if you do a different style of Tai Chi, it will be different. And if you really struggled to take on a new style, you can do whatever style you do. It's cloud hands. Get that feeling of connection as one lowers, it brings the other one up, like you have a pulley. Very different feeling from just waving your two arms separately. Good. Oops. Yeah, good. All right. So our next movement, we're going to turn to the corner and step diagonally forward. So we want our front foot pointing directly to the corner, and the back foot is now pointing straight ahead towards the front of the room. For our next movement, becoming one with the sea and sky. And this is very similar to painting the clouds, but this time we're going into bow stance and empty stance, which makes it quite different. So we want to think of from the center, we're releasing, filling the front foot with energy and then feeding the weight into the front foot as we scoop. We cross hands and lift, breathing in and turning the palms open, lengthening to the diagonal as we open. And again, fill, bring the weight forward, scoop, breathing in, lift and turn, breathing out, open, lengthening back. Fill the foot, bring the weight forwards, fill the back foot, bring the weight back, lengthen. Now, if this one's a bit much for you, or if you've high blood pressure, what you can do is keep the hands a little bit lower and just keep them in front of you. But if you can, try the whole thing. Turn, open, fill, weight forwards, fill the back foot, turn and open. Good. Becoming one with the sea and the sky. Thinking of diving into the ocean and opening up into the sky. One more. Bringing the weight forwards, bring the back foot in, turn to the other side, step. Yeah, and repeat. So fill the foot with energy, shift the weight, and feed the weight back. Notice I lengthen my stance a wee bit with this one. I find it's easier, more comfortable, but it depends on how big you want the movement to be. Fill, shift the weight. Feel energy flow into the foot, shift the weight. Into the sea, into the sky. Two more. Of course, please pace yourself, just do what you can comfortably. And let's come forwards and bring the back foot in. Very good. Next, we're doing a much gentler exercise called pushing the waves. So again, we turn to the corner. Give yourself a bit of width to your stance. Make sure you're not in one line, but hip width or shoulder width. We float the arms up. This is very like G and Am. I'm not sure if I lifted my front toe in the back in the last movement, but you should, as the weight comes back, it's part of it. Yeah. First thing in the morning, my brain does not work fully. But this one, nice and gentle, we come back. Think of driving the waves. Release, lengthening the fingers as we come back. Sink underneath, drive the wave. So it's very like G as we press. And also it's very like Am. We come back, we sink down. Breathing out as we push. Good, again, I'm going to come forwards. You can see the front foot lifts as we come back. Feed the weight forwards. Think of pushing that wave. There's resistance, lengthening back, you're dragging back. Just think of the water lapping the shore. It has this, it's like it's trying to cling to the beach, but it's gently being drawn back. That's the feeling. You're pushing that wave, and then reluctantly you're being drawn back. Good. Look where you're going. There's that little release coming underneath and sending it away. Good. In the next movement, bring your weight forwards and close. Turn to the other side and repeat. So stepping to the corner and we come back. Again, lifting the foot and forwards. Push the wave. Sink down. Push the wave. Breathing out. Let your breath be silent. Again, filling your back as you fill your hands forwards. Do not let this happen. You see the difference? It's weak, very uncomfortable. But if you fill the small of your back as you come forwards, you feel strong, you feel centered. Good, let's move on to the next one. So that was pushing waves, number 12. Number 13, flying dove. Again, we're stepping to the corner. Step to the corner. And this is a figure of 8. We feed the weight forwards, flapping the wings to go back, fill back. So again, you can lift the toes, fill the energy forward, shift the weight, rise, fill the back foot, shift the weight, rise, flap your wings. Very nice little kidney exercise this, just getting the energy circulating around the Dantian, Mingmen area. Feed it back, rise, and beat the air. Good. Again, I'm going to come forward a little bit so that you can see. Back. And forwards, beat the air. Think of the drag in the air with the wings, both on the forwards beating and the backwards. Good, bring the weight forward, step in, and the same to the other side. So we're going to step to the corner, beat the air. I'm wearing long sleeves so that you can see my arms clearly, and a turtleneck in midsummer. So it's quite warm doing this. Hopefully you feel that your body is heating, that you're working. But breathe, keep breathing, cooling the body with your breath. You feel like a graceful dove flying? That's the idea. Let's step in. Very good. That was number 13. Number 14 is punching. We make a normal martial fist. That's wrapping the fingers in first, the thumbs on the outside, wrapped around, breathing in, and it's the same as the palm push. We punch to the corner. You can again widen the eyes, thumb edge in and under, little finger edge scoops under, and come back in. Release the eyes. Deep breath in, breathing out, punch, thumb edge in, little finger edge scoops, and bring it back in. Good, keep going, punch, thumb edge in, little finger edge scoops under, good, punch, widen your eyes. So the palm faces down, then thumb in, little finger edge under, and relax. Keep going, please. Fierce gaze. Focus the eyes, widen the eyes as you punch. This is to stimulate the liver into balance. Breathe out. Thumb edge in, little finger edge scoops under and back. Last time, once to each side, please. Punch. Good, and relax down. So we go into another bird flying. Now we have wild goose and flying wild goose. So we float up, beat the air, this time all the way up. At the end, we lift the heels if you can, backs of palms face each other, and release, relax gently down, beating the air on the way up and the way down, and we repeat. We breathe in. I'm going to show you from the corner. Stretch. And breathing out. Soften, release, relax down. Stretch to the fingertips as we breathe in. This is a triple burner pericardium exercise. Lengthen up. And breathing out, release, relax, gently down. Good. Remember to keep the top of the head floating up and the chin slightly down and back. We'll just do one more of these. This is number 15. Deep breath. And release, relax, down. Very good. Now the next one I think is the most physically demanding of all, and this is turning the wheel of Dharma. And you saw me lace my fingers together there because one version of it is laced. And I used to do that with another teacher, but this one we keep the palms open. So I'm telling myself off for lacing my hands. We're going to lengthen up through the top of the head, and from the hips we lift up out of the hips to hinge forwards and down. We're going to take 3 sweeping circles from the hips, like the dial of a clock. We breathe in and we stretch up and away. We turn, lengthen out of the hips, and with control on the out breath, we relax down to the side. We turn the wheel, and again, we breathe in with control, up, turn, lift out of the hips, breathe out with control, down, turn, and breathe in, lift, turn, breathing out. Turn the wheel and turn it back the way you just came. Breathe in to the side, lift, turn, lengthen, and breathing out with control. Turn, breathe in, lengthen, turn, breathing out with control. Turn, breathe in, lengthen. Turn, breathing out with control. Back to center. Up through the center line, breathing in, lift. And releasing, relaxing down. Well done. So that was number 16. Now we're nearly there with 2 more moves to go. Our next one is the least romantic of the names of the whole section. It's called cross lateral heel and knee lifts. It's a little bit like you're skipping in slow motion is the way I would describe it. So we lift one knee, we lift the opposite palm forwards, and the other hand, same side as the lifted knee, goes to the side. We lift and lift off the heel, sink down, change over, and lift. Rise and sink. Rise and sink. It is quite challenging, isn't it? Certainly on this spongy surface. Good, I'll show you from the corner. Rise and sink. Rise and sink. Oh, difficult. Point the foot that's lifting down towards the floor. And that helps. Good. Notice I'm not pulling the toes back. I'm not making a 4 like that. I'm lifting and pointing straight down. Oh, and I'm still struggling to balance. Good. Keep going. Whee. So in theory, it's quite simple, isn't it? But it is challenging. As I say, pick your surface. This would not be the surface I would choose for this one. Up and down. Try to get control on the way up and on the way down. Like you're moving through custard. Whoops. And down. Good. You get the idea. That's definitely one to practice. I'm going to try and do it on a solid surface after class and see how I get on. Good. Well done. All right. Gathering, balancing and storing chi. So we balance and store. We scoop under, we lift, we bring it in, And we store it down. And again. Just pause, level with your belly button for a moment. Breathe and relax. Very good. All right, rub your hands together. And we're going to lift up and bring the hands over the head, round, and relax down. And again, lift up, over the head, around, and relax down. One more time, lift up, over the head, around, and relax down. Very well done. Just breathe into your center. Point to the floor, feeding your weight into your right foot, and close the left. Well done. And a little heel tap. Good. Now, I did say we would do the Phoenix. Not to make a liar of myself, I think actually we could do with a relaxation to finish. So we'll leave the Phoenix today. We've really blasted the 18th step. We've done it in full. So if you'd like to bring your chair, if you have a chair handy, come and sit down and we will do a wee relaxation. But we will have another look at our Phoenix next week just to keep that going. But I'd rather give you a balanced class than just cram it all in. Good, so plant your feet to the floor, please, shoulder width and level, and let's lengthen up through the top of the head. Bring the chin down and back. If it's comfortable for you to do so, close your eyes. Otherwise, just gently gaze ahead. And again, we're going to start at the top of the head. Feel the top floating gently up. And as you breathe, release down over the front, over the back, down over the sides. Feel your way down through the center of the body. So you can think of it as a scan, if you like. We're scanning our way down. With each breath, allow the awareness to slide down a little bit further. And a little bit further. Covering every part. Head, throat, neck, the shoulders. Let's feel down over the arms, over the tops of the arms, down into the elbows, down into the lower arms, down into the wrists, down into the hands. Feel all the way to the fingertips. And let go. Feeling gently back up through the body to the top of the head again, and Releasing, relaxing down once more over the front, over the back, over the sides. This time let's feel over the chest, the upper back, down over the rib cage, down the sides, down into the belly. Just pause for a moment, breathing and relaxing into your belly. Feeling the waistline, the lower back, the front of the belly, and the sides into the hips. Good, and let's go on down through the legs, feeling into the upper legs, feeling into the knees, feeling into the lower legs, the front, the back, the inside edges, the outside edges. Feeling into the ankles, feeling into the feet. Just bringing your awareness into the feet. Feeling into the toes. Can you connect with all 10 toes? Feeling into the heels. Feeling into the arches. Feeling into the blades of the feet. Let's feel into the soles of the feet. And feel the connection with the earth beneath. Notice any sensation of energy between your feet and the earth. And let go. Feel into your whole body. As you breathe, think of all of the connections, just softening a little bit. Releasing a little bit more. Picture the space between every cell just becomes that little bit more open. A little bit more freedom. This is where energy dances between the cells and within the cells. Around the cells of our body, energy flows. All we need to do to help is let go. The space opens, energy flows. Very good. Let's bring the awareness gently in and in and in and down into the belly. Gently draw the hands in to cover the center. Hugging your elbows gently in. Feel the touch. Bring your awareness to that sensation of warmth flowing from your hands into the center of the belly, to a single point in the very middle of the belly, a spark of light. Picture that spark of light as the warmth flows in to your dandian, breathe into this point of light. Feel your energy is stronger. Well done, everyone. Good job. Gently wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Bring your awareness back to your whole body and to your surroundings. Making your movements a little bit bigger, moving shoulders, moving feet, moving your hands. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. Good. And I always check the time. Yeah, we're a few minutes over. My apologies. Anyway, I'd like you to rub your hands vigorously together and just give yourself a wee pat. Just make sure you're fully awake before you go about the rest of your day, unless you're going back to bed, in which case you can leave this bit out. Good. Pat down every part. Front and back, outside and inside, and brush, 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 brush. Good, you can stack your feet and have a nice glass of water to refresh yourself. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. We didn't get any Phoenix done today. Next week we will do some Phoenix. We might revise a little bit of the 18 step, but we won't do it in full, so we will have time to do the Phoenix. All right, let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight. We salute. Thank you very much indeed, and see you next time. Thank you.